be 15 to 20 minutes presentation by the management, and then we will go to the Q&A session. The format of Q&A session would be raise hand option, and you can also write in chat box. So over to you, Ali.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you everyone for attending the corporate briefing session of Zaria Limited. We welcome all our respected stakeholders, shareholders, investors to this session. This session is for the financial year 2024-2025. And as you just know, our 9 months financial results were just received yesterday. So this session will follow those results. And I would like to start by, first of all, thanking all our respected shareholders and stakeholders for showing their confidence and trust in Zaria Limited. Alhamdulillah, we had a very successful IPO and launch, and the issue was oversubscribed by almost 1.93x. So inshallah, Zaria will try to deliver upon all the commitments it has provided, and inshallah, hopefully try to overachieve our commitments. So over to you, Topline, and then we can start with the presentation.
So you can start with the presentation.
Please move on to the next slide, introduction. So first of all, I'd like to start by introducing Zaria Limited, about our mission, our value. So Zaria Limited, as you know, we are one of Pakistan's fastest growing B2B e-commerce marketplaces. We are streamlining commodity trade with technology, and our aim is to drive efficiency and growth in Pakistan's digital economy. ये जो B2B marketplaces का phenomenon है, अगर आप इंडिया में देखें तो इंडिया में we have seen the rises of companies such as Off Business, which is almost valued at about $5 billion. It digitizes trade and commodities for all of its B2B clients. एक और इंडिया में कंपनी है उड़ान की इस वक्त $2 billion प्लस की वैल्यूएशन है. पाकिस्तान में अगर कुछ एग्जांपल्स की बात करें, व्हेन वी सॉ कि एक वीसी वेंचर कैपिटल्स का रश आया था पाकिस्तान में, फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स आर क्वाइट कीन इन 2020 and 2021 in investing in Pakistani startups. We saw the likes of Bazaar, which almost raised about $100 million. We saw Dastagir, which raised about $37 million. All are trading at about $100 million plus valuations. And if we see companies in Latin America, so companies such as Tool, that is also $800 million company. So we are competing with unicorns in the regional market, and in Pakistan as well, the companies have raised a lot of funding. And so this is a proven and a successful, alhamdulillah, business model, which is now, as Pakistan's economy is moving towards digitalization and trade is moving towards digitalization, we are now seeing the growth in digital transactions. So our services are, as you know, the marketplace which we provide. Now, alhamdulillah, we have successfully now starting to enter into the import and export market, where we will also be providing digital transactions for export for our valuable clients. Then data analytics. So Zaria has a big data play because we have pricing data of commodities for over 10 to 15 years, and we have been the pioneers in launching this commodity data service where you can monitor the daily prices of commodities such as cement, steel, agriculture, sugar, chemicals, etc. Then logistics and warehousing is obviously key and essential to any marketplace platform. So we are trying to enhance our logistics and warehousing capabilities as well. If we talk about technology, like I mentioned, we have 10 years plus of commodities data. We have inbuilt AI and ML functionalities, which are now being developed as the fundings we have received, which will allow us to forecast the prices of commodities for our customers based on the historical data we have. So let's suppose for our customers, if they want to buy fuel for their boilers, let's suppose they want to buy agriculture biomass for their boilers. So this is a seasonal commodity. So in the season, the prices tend to be lower, and in the off season, the prices tend to jump about 50 to 70%. So based on our historical data, we will be able to forecast for our clients at what month they should do their procurement strategy and what the pricing level should be. Then obviously, some commodities which we talk about, we are planning to enter into 12 commodity sectors, which are listed below, some of which are cement, agriculture, biomass, steel, fertilizers, coal, building and finishing, perishable, sugar, chemicals, cotton and yarn, grain and pulses, to name a few. So the goal and the vision of Zaria is to become a commodities e-commerce powerhouse, as we have seen in the likes of India, which have now become successfully unicorns. So if we talk about some high-level figures, about Alhamdulillah, 17,000 plus transactions. We are present in 50 plus cities. We serve more than 20 plus industries, and more than 250,000 metric tons of volume has been traded through us. So next slide, please. So if we give you a high-level executive summary about the financial highlights, so your company, as you have seen in the 9 months, Alhamdulillah, has multiplied its revenues. And in 9 months, we saw a revenue of about 805 million, out of which the net profit was about 454 million. We saw cumulative annual growth rate of 207% on revenue, and the profit growth rate was about 233%, which is growing substantially. And inshallah, we expect this growth to continue in the next quarters as well. The price to earning of Zaria based on the April 23 share price is about 6.81, and the return on equity is about 22%. If we give you an update on the IPO proceeds, so the total proceeds was roughly about 1.029 billion, out of which the proceeds available for utilization after minusing the costs of the IPO were about 988 million. And till date, because the funding was received in about late February or early March, so 45 million has been spent, which is about 4.5% roughly, and the remaining is 942 million, which will inshallah be spent over the next 3 quarters as disclosed in our prospectus. Regarding the growth drivers, so a lot of our valued investors had questions that what are the factors which influence the growth of B2B marketplaces. So these are some of the growth drivers which we have listed, and we have a positive relationship with all of these growth drivers. To name a few, if we talk about increase in construction activity, तो जितनी पाकिस्तान में construction activity बढ़ेगी, जितनी सीमेंट की सेल्स बढ़ेंगी, PSDP की allocation जितनी बेहतर होगी, infrastructure जितना ज़्यादा expenditure होगा, साथ साथ that will benefit and that will be a positive value driver for Zaria. Then we talk about digitization of trade and B2B procurement. Currently, Pakistan में 160 million 3G, 4G subscribers at this base is growing, and Pakistan is moving towards digitalization of trade. So this will also positively affect Zaria. Then infrastructure development, as we saw, if we see the rise of CPEC, and we saw more infrastructure in Punjab, Sindh, KPK overall being developed and PSDP being increased, this will also positively affect the overall demand for construction. If we talk about increase in exports, so as Zaria is now, alhamdulillah, successfully entering into the export market as well, as we saw our regional competitors also have a big edge. So now we are planning to export agriculture commodities through our platform to our respected buyers in the UAE, which we will talk about in the next few slides as well. So this will also be a positive growth driver for Zaria. If we talk about increase in agriculture output, since a large portion of our commodities, we are focused on agri-commodities and renewable energy. So when we see the output of agriculture commodities such as corn, rice, wheat, growing, so this will positively impact Zaria. Then shift towards renewable energy. So this is a very important factor. Zaria is one of the market leaders in providing biomass fuel to the industries. So renewable energy की जब हम बात करते हैं, इसके अंदर एग्रीकल्चर बायोमास एक बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है. एग्रीकल्चर बायोमास क्या है? ये जितनी आपकी एग्रीकल्चर कमोडिटीज होती हैं, जैसे वीट है, राइस है, शुगर है, कॉर्न है, इसका जो हस्क होता है, इसका जो स्ट्रॉ होता है, जिसे हम तूड़ी कहते हैं, तो वो सारी एग्रीकल्चर बायोमास कमोडिटीज हैं. इस वक्त जितनी आपकी टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्रीज हैं पाकिस्तान की, जिनके इंटरनेशनल बायर्स हैं, सच एज इंटरलूप, सैफायर, निशात, उन सारों को उनके बायर्स ने कह दिया कि आप कोल को फेज आउट करें अपने बॉयलर्स में, एंड यू मूव टूवर्ड्स रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी. So this year we are seeing a big shift in boilers shifting from coal towards renewable energy, जिसके अंदर agriculture biomass will play a major role in this transition. Agriculture biomass की पाकिस्तान की सालाना 300 अरब की market है, and inshallah Zaria is planning to capture a large share of this market, provided our deep-rooted supply chain and digital supply chain in the industry. Then growth in SME trades. So a large buyer base of us also consists of SMEs. So growth in SME will also, positive growth in SME will affect positively the expansion of Zaria. Then 3G, 4G connectivity, expansion of that, and data-driven supply chain optimization. More and more buyers are now want to make their procurement decisions based on data. So as that consumer base grows, more and more companies are expected to turn towards Zaria for procurement solutions. If we talk about value propositions, तो कुछ value propositions हमारी जो हम future आगे भी slides में discuss करेंगे. Attractive discount on valuation. इस वक्त Zaria तकरीबन 6.8 की PE के ऊपर trade हो रहा है. Tech sector की valuation इस वक्त around 35, 37 average. Strong operational performance of the company and financial performance, as you've seen in the last few quarters. Strong growth potential as we enter into more commodities. Well-established brand of Zaria, alhamdulillah, in the commodities we operate in. We are Sharia compliant, and these are some of the value propositions. So we'll move on to the next slide, please. If we talk about our product portfolio, so these are some of the commodities which we have launched and which we have, alhamdulillah, successfully tapping the markets, and the user base is growing for these commodities, which include cement, building and finishing, agri biomass, fertilizers, steel, coal. And then there are some commodities which are under soft launch, which are expected to be rolled out in the next few quarters. They include agri-perishables, sugar, chemicals, cotton, yarn, grain, and pulses. So as I mentioned, कि Zaria का mission है to become a commodities B2B tech powerhouse, like we've seen in regional markets. And inshallah, after addition of these commodities, we are moving closer to our goal. So next slide, please. Now we'll talk about the financial highlights. अगर आप देखें पिछले 4 साल में alhamdulillah Zaria has shown remarkable financial performance. Our net revenue touched 805 million in 9 months. This growth is expected to be similar in the next few quarters, and 207% का growth rate था. Profit after tax की बात करें तो 454 million in the 9 months, which translates to an EPS of about 1.73 rupees. The EBITDA margins have grown about 57%. Our buyer retention, alhamdulillah, has grown from a mere 33% to 61%. These are all positive signs as the company moves towards growth. We'll move on the next slide, please. अगर बैलेंस शीट की बात करें तो बैलेंस शीट के अंदर the asset base has grown to about 2.1 billion. The total equity has grown to about 2.06 billion. This has seen a substantial rise as the company did an IPO this year, and it is expected to, inshallah, capitalize on this growth. And the earning per share, as you can see in FY24, was 1.46. This was based on the outstanding share per year. In the 9 months, we have achieved 1.73. So alhamdulillah, we are showing the company is moving in the right direction. Next slide, please. अगर कुछ मजीद हम रेशियोज की बात करें तो इसके अंदर रेवेन्यू, एज वी ऑलरेडी मेंशन, 9 मंथ्स में 171% की ग्रोथ हुई है पिछले 9 महीनों के साथ अगर कंपैरिजन करें. दीज आर ट्रिपल डिजिट फिगर्स. नेट प्रॉफिट में 131% की ग्रोथ हुई है, विच इज 453 मिलियन. एसेट बेस के अंदर 235% की ग्रोथ हुई है, विच इज रीच 2.1 बिलियन. एंड शेयर होल्डर्स इक्विटी हैज आल्सो ग्रोन बाय 289% टू रीच अबाउट 2.06 बिलियन. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. So, as you know, Zaria is a B2B marketplace. Our big focus is on B2B buyers. Some of the businesses we serve are as follows. जिसके अंदर paper manufacturers हैं, power plants हैं, cement plants हैं, chemical industries हैं, retail shops हैं, dairy farms हैं, corporate farms हैं. So you can see all the business. These are some of the businesses which we serve. And इसके अंदर the base is growing. So as more and more businesses are turning toward digitalization and one-stop procurement solution, so alhamdulillah, we are adding a lot of value in the procurement space. And these are all the industries which we are catering to at the moment and adding more and more consumers as the company is moving forward. Some of our notable clients, we work with a lot of retailers. They are recurring orders. Then we work with Interloop to help them with their renewable energy, with their boiler. We provide them various agriculture biomass materials. We work with developers such as Beria, Lake City. Then we also work with different textile mills such as Nishat, Sapphire, also for the renewable energy solutions. Then with Bulisha Packages Group, we are managing, we supply at their collection centers for agriculture biomass commodities. And Bulisha buys about 200,000 tons or north of 200,000 tons annually of agriculture biomass, and this is expected to grow Then with services group, we are also helping them with sourcing their chemicals such as soda ash. We are also providing services to Style Textile, as Style Textile has just moved their boiler to renewable energy to agriculture biomass, and they have a large requirement of red corn cob, and inshallah, which will also be sourced through Zaria. So these are some of our notable clients. Next slide, please. So if we talk about the competitive landscape in the region, तो इसके अंदर हमने तकरीबन कोई 6 कंपनीज लिस्ट की हैं, 2 पाकिस्तानी हैं, एक है दस्तगीर जिसने $40.5 मिलियन की फंडिंग रेज की, फिर बाजार है उसने $107 मिलियन की फंडिंग रेज की. Travis Perkins is a UK public listed company. It's valued at about $1.5 billion. Infra.market और Off Business, ये इंडिया की 2 कंपनीज हैं. Off Business is valued at $5 billion. It is now going for IPO at roughly about $7 to $10 billion as per market sources. Tool जो लैटिन अमेरिका की कंपनी है, that is valued at about $800 million. उड़ान अगर हम इंडिया की कंपनी की बात करें तो $1.8 billion पे it is listed. So obviously because this was Pakistan's first B2B marketplace IPO, it was hard to get the right competitors, which because most of our competitors are regional competitors or they have raised privately, as you can see in the slide. So we then compared in the next slide, you can see with the closest competitors in the tech space. So tech space के अंदर हम बात करें तो जो टेक्नोलॉजी कंपनीज हैं उसके अंदर हम प्राइस टू अर्निंग्स की बात करें तो एवरेज जो पी बनती है, हमने 5 कंपनीज का लिया है, आउटलायर्स को इसमें नहीं शामिल किया, तो इनकी पी तकरीबन बनती है 37.92. Based on this, Zaria ki PE is 6.81. So it's trading at a 82% discount compared to its tech players in the technology sector in Pakistan Stock Exchange. अगर हम regional competitors के साथ valuation करें, so the valuation would obviously be much higher compared to अगर हम Pakistan Stock Exchange के tech competitors की बात करें. So and they are unlisted companies and they are now raising aggressively. So this is the closest comparison. Return on equity की बात करें तो जरिया ने 22% अपने शेयर होल्डर्स को दिया है, जबकि आप बाकियों की एवरेज देख सकते हैं. तो प्राइस टू अर्निंग के चार्ट के ऊपर सबसे लोएस्ट पे जरिया रैंक करता है और रिटर्न ऑन इक्विटी के अंदर सबसे हाईएस्ट के ऊपर रैंक करता है. सो देयर इज अ बिग डिस्पैरिटी among this valuation of Zaria, which inshallah, as we've seen with the likes of other players as well, this discount is expected to be realized with significant potential upside in the valuation, hopefully, inshallah. Next slide, please. IPO proceeds की अगर हम आपको अपडेट दें तो the company raised 1.029 billion rupees. It was projected that the company will utilize this investment in 6 areas: working capital, logistics, technology, marketing, office capex and vehicles, human resources. So the funding was just received in the last month of the 3rd quarter. So just 4% roughly of the funding has been utilized at the moment, and remaining will be utilized as per the timeline already provided in the prospectus in the next 3 quarters, inshallah. After this utilization, and as this utilization is growing, you will see that inshallah Zaria will continue to outperform and on the expectations it has provided. And inshallah, after the significant infrastructure expansion जो हम अपने overall operations capability में कर रहे हैं, तो आप इंशाल्लाह देखेंगे इससे हमारी significant revenue growth होगी, हमारी technology infrastructure upgrade होगा, हमारा logistics infrastructure upgrade होगा, हमारी overall capability बेहतर होगी कि हम अपने B2B clients को अच्छे से serve कर सकें और उनकी needs को पूरा कर सकें. Next slide, please. So we'll share with you some investment highlights. The first is attractive valuation compared to industry peers. We already spoke about this. 37.92 का average PE का multiple है tech का, और हम 6.8 के PE के ऊपर इस वक्त ट्रेड कर रहे हैं. और अगर रीजनल कंपेटिटर्स की बात करें जो हमारे एक्चुअल जो रीजनल जो अनलिस्टेड कंपनीज हैं, सो द वैल्यूएशन यू कैन कैलकुलेट फॉर योरसेल्फ व्हिच इज लिस्टेड बेस्ड ऑन कंपैरेटिव एनालिसिस. Strong operational and financial performance of the company, 207% growth. So this is a high growth company, alhamdulillah, and we are have a first mover advantage in the commodities we are operating in, and inshallah you will see that we will try our best to deliver exceptional results for our shareholders. Strong growth potential. जिन commodities के अंदर हम अभी काम कर रहे हैं, अगर मैं कुछ commodities की बात करूं, for example agri biomass की हमने बात की, तो जैसे agri biomass के अंदर there's a big potential in the market. एंड जैसे जैसे हम देख रहे हैं कि जितने नए बॉयलर्स ऑनलाइन आ रहे हैं, जितनी नई थर्मो ऑयल हीटर्स ऑनलाइन आ रहे हैं, रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की तरफ शिफ्ट जा रहे हैं, so that will contribute positively to the growth. Then players are moving towards local coal. Alhamdulillah, we have successfully launched our coal category. We are providing solutions for our clients for local coal. अगर हम international coal की बात करें, South African RB1, RB2 जो coal है, that's roughly about $89. उसकी landed cost बन जाती है about 45,000 to 50,000 rupees a ton. Whereas local coal is trading at about 20,000 to 25,000 rupees a ton. जो अच्छी quality क्वेटा में दुक्की का coal है, उसकी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. उसकी GCV हाई है, उसका सल्फर मॉइस्चर कम है. So we are providing all of these solutions for our clients, and the commodity base is growing. And then well-established brand of Zaria, Alhamdulillah, and all the commodities we operate in, we are Sharia compliant as certified by the Al Halal Sharia advisors. Next slide, please. अगर हम अपने expansion plan की बात करें, so I would like to emphasize on this, so our investors can understand where we stand today and inshallah where Zaria will be in the next few years. सबसे पहले न्यू commodities are being launched. जैसे हमने बात की, हमारा प्लान है 12 commodity sectors को टैप इन करने का. इसके अंदर हम strategically in commodities के अंदर टैप इन कर रहे हैं. We have more than 10 to 15 years data of all of these commodities, and we are moving aggressively to digitalize the supply chain of these commodities and provide a one-stop solution for our clients. Number two, import division for industrial procurement. So all of our major B2B clients, so we have successfully received LC facilities from Bank Alfala, in which we are now for our clients going to start importing agriculture commodities such as soya bean, chemicals, etc. for our valuable clients, and then launch of export division. So this is going to be a game changer for Zaria. We will be one of the first marketplaces in Pakistan, inshallah, to capture the export market, as we are going to digitalize. Our plan is to digitalize the entire the supply chain, so foreign customers can have visibility on the local produce of Pakistan. वो देख सकें कि पाकिस्तान की commodities में कितना potential है. अगर हम corn की बात करते हैं, हम rice की बात करते हैं, इस वक्त inshallah you will see हमारी पहली consignment is going for the Rhodes grass, which there's a big demand in the UAE for Rhodes grass, and Zaria will inshallah work with the top-notch B2B players such as Al Dara, Elite, etc., and which provide government tenders to Abu Dhabi government and Adafsa, etc. Then corn silage, as you are seeing that all the dairy farms internationally have moved towards corn silage because of its high protein content. So Pakistan ki jo corn net is one of the finest and in the world, and inshallah we will also planning to export that and other agriculture commodities. Our target is inshallah to achieve $10 million revenue over the next 3 years, and inshallah this is a very we are expected to outperform on this target inshallah. Strategic in-house logistics. अगर हम logistics की बात करें तो जितनी हम commodities के अंदर काम करते हैं, about 15 to 25% of the cost of the selling price consists of commodities. और ये commodities जो हैं ये बहुत इनकी logistics बहुत fragmented हैं. जो customers हैं उनको they need timely delivery, they need faster turnaround. So when we inshallah build our in-house logistics, which we have raised the funding for, 24% will go towards the logistics, about 240 million. This is going to be a game changer for Zaria. We will have more control over the logistics, and you will see inshallah much more efficient supply chain and faster deliveries, which will also contribute positively to our top line and bottom line. Next slide, please. Technology infrastructure or upgradation की अगर हम बात करें, so our big focus is on digitalizing this entire supply chain. इसके अंदर 12.5% of the total proceeds which we raised will go to the technology infrastructure. उसके अंदर we will introduce new features, advanced technologies, machine learning, artificial intelligence algorithms for which we can provide price forecasting for our clients, then digital user dashboard. So we are continuously working on upgrading our tech infrastructure. Then we are speaking about value addition in commodities. So अगर हम इंडिया में infra.market की बात करें, which is the largest technology B2B e-commerce in India, it has moved significantly towards value addition. it has launched its own white label products. अगर हम देखें इंडिया में it's launched about its own ready mix. उन्होंने इंफ्रा डॉट मार्केट के नाम से रेडी मिक्स लॉन्च किया है, टाइल्स लॉन्च किए हैं, सीमेंट स्टील लॉन्च किया है. तो द नेक्स्ट स्टेप फॉर एनी B2B commodities powerhouse is value addition in commodities. We have alhamdulillah starting to go and enter into value addition such as baling, thrashing for agri biomass commodities. Then also for corn silage, we are now entering into that along with other commodities to fulfill our clients' needs. This will lead towards additional value addition, inshallah, in all of the commodities which we are entering into. Then regional collection centers. तो इस वक्त जरिया जो है 4 कलेक्शन सेंटर्स पूरे पंजाब में ऑपरेट कर रहे हैं. एक कसूर में है, एक पीर महल में है, एक अहमदपुर ईस्ट में है और एक हमारा दुनियापुर में है, जो दोनों साउथ पंजाब में है. और टारगेट इज कि हम जितनी भी एग्रीकल्चर बायोमास प्रोड्यूस होती है, ये कलेक्शन सेंटर्स हमारे अपने हो और यहाँ के वी टेक स्टॉक ऑफ दीज कमोडिटीज व्हेन द सीजन, बिकॉज दीज कमोडिटीज आर सीजनल बट देयर डिमांड इज ऑल ईयर अराउंड. तो अगर हम फॉर एग्जांपल वीट के स्ट्रॉ की बात करते हैं तो वीट पाकिस्तान में तकरीबन 26-27 मिलियन टन सालाना हार्वेस्ट होती है और वीट का जो स्ट्रॉ है उसका 1:1 का रेशियो है. तो 26 मिलियन टन ही सालाना वीट स्ट्रॉ हार्वेस्ट होती है पाकिस्तान में. और पंजाब में जितनी वीट स्ट्रॉ उगती है वो केपीके बहुत ज्यादा तादाद में जाती है, बिकॉज केपीके में बहुत कम आप देखते हैं कि वहां पे देयर इज वेरी लेस हार्वेस्टिंग ऑफ वीट बिकॉज ऑफ द सीजनल इफेक्ट्स तो एंड टेम्परेचर इफेक्ट्स. तो इसके अंदर जितने डेयरी फार्म्स हैं केपीके में, जितने पावर प्लांट्स हैं, जितनी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं, वो पंजाब से लेके जाती हैं. और इसकी अभी वीट का जैसे सीजन चल रहा है तो इसकी परचेज प्राइस, जस्ट टू गिव यू एन एग्जांपल, अबाउट 400 रुपीज अ मंथ. और ये ऑफ सीजन में 800 से 900 रुपए पर मंथ तक जाती है. तो अगर हम एक महीना पहले चले जाएं तो इसकी 900 रुपए पर मंथ प्राइस थी, जो अभी सीजनल आया तो नीचे आई है. और ये हर साल पिछले 15 साल का डेटा है. जितनी एग्री बायोमास कमोडिटीज हैं, हम व्हीट स्ट्रॉ की बात करें, हम कॉर्न कॉब की बात करें, हम राइस हस्क की बात करें, हम मस्टर्ड स्ट्रॉ की बात करें, ये जैसे इनका सीजन खत्म होता है तो इसकी प्राइस में जो इन्फ्लेशन है वो 70-80% मिनिमम साइड के ऊपर आती है. पिछले 10-15 साल का डेटा है टू बैक दैट अप. सो जरिया के जो कलेक्शन सेंटर्स हैं, दे विल इंशाल्लाह हेल्प इन फुलफिलिंग आवर कस्टमर नीड्स एंड आवर ऑर्डर्स एज वी ग्रो फॉरवर्ड. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. अगर हम ग्रोथ ड्राइवर्स की बात करें, सो इंक्रीज इन कंस्ट्रक्शन एक्टिविटी, एज आई मेंशन, डिजिटलाइजेशन ऑफ ट्रेड एंड B2B procurement, infrastructure development, increase in exports, increase in agriculture output, shift towards renewable energy, growth in SMEs trade, expansion of 3G, 4G connectivity, data-driven supply chain optimization. These are all the macro factors which will contribute, inshallah, positively to the growth and success story of Zaria as we move forward. Next slide, please. So we have a big focus on ESG, environmental, social, and government standards. We are trying to maintain, inshallah, जो UN के SDG goals हैं, अगर आप नीचे देखें, UN SDG number 9, 11, 12, we are trying to comply with these goals as the world shift towards renewable energy, responsible consumption and production. इसके अंदर अगर हम बात करें, more than 10,000 transactions have been digitalized by Zaria. More than 50,000 tons carbon emissions have been reduced through us. More than 500,000 truck kilometers have been saved, and more than 100,000 plus sheets of paper have been saved. So we have a big focus on environment, and inshallah, this will continue as we move forward. Next slide, please. If we talk about our board of directors and governance, which you are already aware of, so our IPO was just done last month, alhamdulillah. And the chairperson of the board, non-executive, is Mrs. Misbah Momin. She is the president of Misbah Momin Foundation. She has served on the government boards such as Pakistan National Commission on the Status of Women, and she has been instrumental in passing the bill for women harassment against workplace. So she provides a lot of value to the board as a chairperson and moving towards sustainability and towards our ESG sustainable goals. Next slide, please. I'm the CEO and director of the company. My vast experience is in procurement sectors, and my master's was in finance from the Cambridge University. And our vision together is to digitally transform the supply chain in Pakistan, inshallah. Our independent director, Mr. Suhail Wajahat Siddiqui Saab, is a well-known technocrat in the industry. He is the ex-federal minister for petroleum. He's Satara Imtiaz. He was the one who brought Siemens into Pakistan. He was served as MD Siemens for 30 years. So, Alhamdulillah, he brings a lot of value and direction to the board, and his role has been instrumental in the growth and success story of Zaria. If we talk about Mr. Junaid Akram, he is the FBR grade 22 retired officer with over 30 years experience in FBR in tax, audit, customs operation. He served at DG Customs. He's part of our audit committee, and he has also played a great role in audit and compliance of the board and the company. Next slide, please. If we talk about Mr. Afzal Chaudhry, he has served as an investment banker. He's served in Oman, UBL, First Women Bank, and he has vast experience over 40 years plus in serving with domestic and international banks. Mr. Numanul Hassan, he's the executive director of the company. He has been with the company since day one, and Alhamdulillah, he has great experience in software development and IT, and his role in has been critical in digitalization of trade as we move forward. Mrs. Mizan Fahd Mukhtar is also part of the board, and she is the non-executive director of the company. Next slide, please. Thank you very much. This was it from Zaria Limited. And so we thank you once again for your presence in the presentation, and we hope you found it insightful. We are happy to take any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Ali, for detailed presentation. So general announcement, if anyone has a question, so he can raise hand or write in chat box. So Nasheed, please unmute yourself and question.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for such a detailed presentation. My first question is that currently you are operating under a B2B model. Do you plan to move towards a B2C model anytime soon? And you mentioned valuations. I think for a company such as yourself, which is a product-based IT company, the valuation should be even higher. So have you thought about benchmarking the product like that in terms of an IT product? Thank you.
जी बहुत शुक्रिया आपके सवाल का। जो आपका पहला सवाल है कि हम इस वक्त B2B के ऊपर फोकस कर रहे हैं और B2C पे हम ट्रांजिशन करेंगे कि नहीं, राइट नाउ आवर फोकस इज ओनली ऑन B2B. We want to, because our demand from suppliers is much higher compared to our capability. So we are right now only planning to put our head down, focus on B2B, and provide significant value addition and a one-stop solution for our B2B clients. So right now our plan is to remain focused on B2B trade. Thank you. जो आपका second सवाल था IT वाला, वो तो repeat करेंगे, मुझे थोड़ी आवाज ब्रेक हो गई थी.
जी मेरा बेसिकली सवाल ये था कि आपने एग्जांपल्स दी सिस्टम्स की और नेटसॉफ्ट की, यानी कि लोकल पीयर्स की आपने एग्जांपल दी. आई थिंक जरिया लिमिटेड एक प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनी है, सच एज मे बी यू कैन कंपेयर विद Amazon वेब सर्विसेज और मे बी माइक्रोसॉफ्ट अज्योर, यानी कि इट्स अ प्रोडक्ट, और प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड कंपनीज की वैल्यूएशंस हायर होती हैं. तो आई थिंक अगर आप उसके साथ बेंचमार्किंग करें तो और डीवैल्यूड लगेगी कंपनी और इसकी वैल्यूएशन और ज़्यादा अट्रैक्टिव लगेंगी. अच्छा, एक मैं ऐड कर दूँ, एक वन फाइनल क्वेश्चन कि आप लोगों ने एग्जांपल्स दी दस्तगीर की, बाज़ार की, B2C बाज़ार की, एक और कंपनी भी थी एयरलिफ्ट. तो हमने हिस्ट्री में देखा कि ये कंपनीज जो है इन्होंने 2021 में 2022 में काफ़ी फंड रेजिंग की और उसके बाद ये है कि इन्होंने कैश बर्न भी काफ़ी किया. तो क्या आप लोगों ने इनको स्टडी किया है कि इन्होंने क्या ऐसी मिस्टेक्स की जो मे बी आप लोग रिपीट नहीं करेंगे और कैसी चीज़ों को लेके चलेंगे, क्योंकि इन कंपनीज ने काफ़ी लॉसेस भी फेस किए और इन्वेस्टर्स का काफ़ी कैश भी बर्न किया. थैंक यू.
जी, बहुत अच्छा सवाल है आपका। पहले तो आपकी जो वैल्यूएशन की बात है, आपने बिल्कुल सही फरमाया कि जब हम अपनी वैल्यूएशन, हमने इसीलिए जो बी टू बी कंपेरेटर्स वाली स्लाइड ऐड की है, कंपेरेटर एनालिसिस की, उसके अंदर अगर आर इन्वेस्टर्स वुड बी काइंड इनफ के दे कुड एनालाइज दैट स्लाइड, सो दैट प्रोवाइड्स यू अ फेयर एस्टिमेट of Zaria's current valuation and valuation compared to our actual regional competitors. So you can calculate the valuation based upon that. If we talk about Bazaar, roughly, it's not public data, but it's roughly their valuation based on market figures is about $300 million. Dastagir ki is roughly about 70 to 80 million dollars. Zaria's valuation is right now uh, around, I think, $13 million. So there's a big gap in the valuation. सिर्फ अगर हम रीजनल कंपेटिटर्स की बात करें तो गैप तो बहुत बड़ा हो जाता है. अगर हम टेक प्लेयर्स की बात करें तो देयर इज आल्सो एन 83% गैप. सो दैट्स रिगार्डिंग द वैल्यूएशन. दैट इज अप टू द मार्केट टू डिटरमिन द करेक्ट वैल्यूएशन. जो आपका अगला सवाल था रिगार्डिंग बाजार एंड दस्तगीर. सो लेट मी टेल यू. सो आई ट्रैवल टू इंडिया और मैंने जाके इंडिया में ऑफ बिजनेस का और इंफ्रा डॉट मार्केट का मैनेजमेंट को विजिट किया. मैंने उनके ऑफिसेस को विजिट किया, उनके वेयर हाउसेस को विजिट किया, उनकी टेक टीम को मिला. मैंने थरो एनालिसिस किया. And Alhamdulillah, the learning we developed and our team developed from there, that was instrumental and that was quite important for us. So we learned from the mistakes which the regional players have made, and we learned the lessons what they taught us and how they achieved till the unicorn status they have become today. So we analyzed all of these players. एंड बाजार की अगर बात करें, बाजार का फोकस एफएमसीजी सेक्टर के ऊपर ज्यादा है. वी आर फोकस्ड ऑन कमोडिटीज, जिसके अंदर हमने ऑलरेडी बताया 12 कमोडिटी सेक्टर्स में, जिसके अंदर हमने उसकी सप्लाई चेन को टैप किया. दस्तगीर की अगर बात करें, नाउ इट हैज मूव्ड मोस्टली टुवर्ड्स एक्सपोर्ट. इट इज वर्किंग ऑन एक्सपोर्ट्स ऑफ कमोडिटीज, एग्रीकल्चर कमोडिटीज सच एज मैंगो, कॉर्न, एक्सेट्रा. So that is with regards to their competitor. Thank you.
Okay, Tala, please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
अच्छा सर, थैंक यू फॉर द प्रेजेंटेशन. ये तो आपने ज़्यादा मेरा क्वेश्चन आंसर कर ही दिया. आई थिंक सर, बाजार और दस्तगीर के ऊपर आप लोगों को क्या एज है? आप कह रहे हैं कि वो सेम मार्केट प्लेस में ऑपरेट नहीं कर रहा, इफ आई एम राइट, क्योंकि उनका आपसे साइज काफ़ी बड़ा लगता है. वो 20+ कंट्रीज में काम कर रहे हैं और इस तरह. तो अगर आप इसमें वन लाइनर और दे दें. दूसरा मेरा क्वेश्चन था कि आपकी ना आईपीओ प्रोस्पेक्टस के अंदर जो था मेन कंसर्न, वो यह था कि आपकी मोबाइल ऐप की यूजेज फॉल कर रही है, पीसी यूजेज पे आपके कस्टमर की जो रिटेंशन है वो कम है. तो इज इट बिकॉज क्योंकि आप बी टू बी ही सिर्फ हैं और रिटेल कोई कस्टमर नहीं है उसमें, इस वजह से है कि उसके नंबर्स कम आ रहे थे लास्ट ईयर से? और उसके बाद सर, अगर आप थोड़ा सा ब्रेक डाउन दे दें अपने रेवेन्यू का, जिस तरह 438 मिलियन आपने इस क्वार्टर में दिखाया है, तो इसमें बायोमास, जैसा पहले सीमेंट सबसे ज़्यादा था सेल आपकी, फिर बायोमास आती थी, और बाकी आप लेते थे जो सेल ऑफ कमोडिटीज करते थे, उससे आप रेवेन्यू लेते थे. तो इसमें अगर थोड़ा सा ब्रेकडाउन बता दें कि आप सीमेंट, बायोमास, मतलब कि आपकी डिस्कशन के अंदर मुझे लगा जैसे बायोमास इज द मेन फोकस नाउ. तो इसमें क्या एज है ओवर द अदर सीमेंट और जो आप सेल करते हैं? और ये आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट गेन्स के अंदर एक वन ऑफ गेन आता है, मतलब कि जिस इस दफ़ा 29 मिलियन था, लास्ट 3 क्वार्टर्स का 160 समथिंग मिलियन आ रहा है. तो कैन यू टेल मी कि ये क्या सेल ऑफ कमोडिटीज का है गेन, या इज इट अ सेपरेट अदर इनकम गेन? थोड़ा सा इस पर बता दें. थैंक यू.
जी, बहुत शुक्रिया आपके सवाल का. आई थिंक क्वाइट रेलेवेंट क्वेश्चंस. सबसे पहले मैं ये बताना चाहूँगा कि आई थिंक काफ़ी इन्वेस्टर्स को उस पर क्लैरिटी नहीं होती या होती है कि वो सब मार्केट प्लेसेस को एक जैसे ट्रीट करते हैं. सो वी आर अ बी टू बी मार्केट प्लेस. सो वी अडेप्ट टू ऑल द बी टू बी मार्केट प्रैक्टिसेस, जिसके अंदर से जो आप बात कर रहे हैं रिगार्डिंग द टेक एंड द अदर एलिमेंट जिसके अंदर आप बात कर रहे हैं, वो ज़्यादा बी टू सी के अंदर फॉल करता है. जैसे दराज की अगर आप बात करें तो वो उस बी टू सी एलिमेंट के अंदर फॉल करता है. जो बी टू बी क्लाइंट्स होते हैं, उनके अपने एसओपीज, उनके अपने मैकेनिज्म्स, उनके अपने प्रोटोकॉल्स होते हैं. इन द वर्ल्ड वी सीन, जैसे आपने बात की यहाँ पे. सो हमारा फोकस इज प्योरली ऑन द बी टू बी साइड. यस, इन द फ्यूचर वी मे एंटर इनटू द बी टू सी सेगमेंट. अगर हम बात करते हैं, आपका सवाल था रेवेन्यू ब्रेकडाउन का, तो इस रेवेन्यू ब्रेकडाउन के अंदर वी हैव सीन सिग्निफिकेंट ग्रोथ। इसके अंदर जो हमारी प्लेटफॉर्म यूसेज फीस थी, इसके रेवेन्यू के दो हिस्से हैं। एक हिस्सा है इसका प्लेटफॉर्म यूसेज फीस का जो 294 मिलियन है, और नंबर टू इसका जो हिस्सा है वो एग्रीकल्चर बायोमास की सेल है। सो दैट सेल इज 512 मिलियन। जो प्लेटफॉर्म यूसेज रेवेन्यू है वो 294 मिलियन है। एंड जस्ट टू गिव फर्दर क्लैरिटी ऑन दैट, तो जो जो प्लेटफॉर्म यूसेज रेवेन्यू है, दैट इज अ लो कॉस्ट, लो फिक्स कॉस्ट रेवेन्यू, जिसके अंदर हमारी लो कॉस्ट है। जो जो एग्री बायोमास है, जो कॉस्ट ऑफ सेल्स परटेन्स टू द एग्रीकल्चर बायोमास सेगमेंट। सो यहाँ के अंदर हम बात करें, सो यस, हमारा आपने बिल्कुल सही बताया कि हमारा जो पिछला रेवेन्यू ब्रेकडाउन आपने बताया पिछले सालों में, आई थिंक दैट वाज अबाउट 35-40% ऑफ सीमेंट, एंड about 30% was agriculture biomass, then the rest was split into building materials, and steel, etc. So इस क्वार्टर में हमारे काफी सिग्निफिकेंट ग्रोथ आई है एग्रीकल्चर बायोमास कमोडिटीज के अंदर। जैसे हमने आपको बताया कि मोर एंड मोर टेक्सटाइल प्लेयर्स, पावर प्लांट्स, लोकल प्लेयर्स आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स localization of fuel and renewable energy. So agriculture biomass this quarter took up about it was up from about 35% to roughly 45 to 48%, and the rest was split in about 3 to 4 commodities. And going forward, कल जो हमारी transmission of I think annual report भी आएगी, so उसके अंदर in the notes you will मज़ीद see the breakdown of all of the commodities. I hope that answers your question. Thank you.
Farooq, please unmute yourself.
Hi, Ali. First of all, I congratulate you on your successful IPO. My question is regarding on your dividend policy. How do you see? I know it's a startup company. You might definitely need some cash, but I just want to understand in future what would be your dividend policy in the future, given that if you get some cash, what would be that? And the second question is, you still have a lot of cash, even though you raised a lot of money on your IPO, but before that you got some significant amount of proceeds from selling of your mutual funds, I guess, but it's still not being utilized. It's still sitting on your balance sheet. How do you see, why they are sitting on a balance sheet? Why are you not using them for your future expansion? Just want to check on that how you're going to utilize those proceeds. I understand that you have some plan, but how fast you're going to ramp up those plans regarding your cash that is sitting on the balance sheet? Just these two questions.
जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच। बहुत ही अच्छा सवाल है। सबसे पहले अगर मैं आपको हमारी थोड़ी बैलेंस शीट और लिक्विडिटी की बात करूं, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह द कंपनी इज़ वेरी लिक्विड एंड हैज़ वेरी हेल्दी कैश फ्लोज। इसके अंदर स्पेशली इस क्वार्टर में उसकी वजह ये है कि मैंने आपको जैसे बताया कि एग्रीकल्चर जो बायोमास कमोडिटीज़ हैं, तो आवर वर्किंग कैपिटल इज़ यूटिलाइज्ड टुवर्ड्स securing these agriculture biomass commodities, which includes providing advances and extending receivables to our clients. तो अब ये जो आखिरी क्वार्टर था मार्च का, इसके अंदर यू हैव सीन के वो जो एग्रीकल्चर कमोडिटीज की ऑफ सीजन थी, तो so our receivables came down substantially. I think from 240 million it came down to around 120 million. Advances भी कम हो गए because those were converted into cash as the season went off. अब जैसे सीजन इस क्वार्टर में वापस शुरू हो गया, वीट का सीजन आ गया, कॉर्न का सीजन आ गया, मस्टर्ड स्ट्रॉ का है, कॉर्न साइलेज का है, सो जितनी हमारी एग्रीकल्चर बायोमास कमोडिटीज हैं, सो देन द सीजन इज इन फुल स्विंग नाउ एंड इन अप्रैल एंड इन मे, सो देन मोर द फंडिंग विल नाउ this quarter be the cash will now go towards the working capital to fulfill the advances and the receivable needs. And yes, the company is alhamdulillah stable in terms of healthy margins and cash flows. As you've seen, the reserves of the company, I think they have crossed about $1 billion rupees roughly. So that's regarding the cash flow and the working capital side. Regarding the dividend policy, so alhamdulillah the company has healthy margins. जैसे आपने देखा 9 months में हमने तकरीबन 450 million की bottom line achieve की. तो we inshallah moving forward, our board decided a non-binding dividend payout ratio in the range of 20 to 30% of annual net profits or EPS per share. So if this translates into अगर हमारी बेस्ड ऑन द 9 months रिजल्ट, अगर हमारी जून की जो अर्निंग पर शेयर है वो तकरीबन 2.3 रुपीज़ आती है, तो उसके ऊपर हमारा जो dividend per share होगा, that will roughly be in the range of 0.7 rupees per share. That's a non-binding ratio which the board will take into consideration. I hope that answers your question. Thank you.
So, Romin, please unmute yourself and ask question.
Assalamualaikum, sir. After this conversation and meeting, I have a question in my mind, if you don't mind. How do you compare Zaria valuation to your competitors such as Opinus and Udan?
जी, तो ऑफ बिजनेस की वैल्यूएशन इस वक्त $5 बिलियन की है इंडिया में. एंड अगर हम वैसे एक एनालिसिस आपको या ब्रीफ दें आपको, तो अगर इंडिया की मार्केट साइज इज रफली 10 times larger than पाकिस्तान, अगर पाकिस्तान की जीडीपी रफली 250-300 बिलियन डॉलर्स के करीब है, तो इंडिया की अगर $3 ट्रिलियन है, रफली 10 times, 8 to 10 times द साइज ऑफ पाकिस्तान मार्केट. तो अगर उसके ऊपर आप एक डिस्काउंट फैक्टर 10 times का भी लगा लेते हैं, तो अगर बाजार की तकरीबन $5 बिलियन की वैल्यूएशन है, तो दैट ट्रांसलेट्स इनटू अ वेरी high valuation for local companies operating in the B2B marketplace in Pakistan. इसीलिए हमने देखा कि जो बाजार की वैल्यूएशन है वो $300 मिलियन की वैल्यूएशन लगी. वो ऐसे ही लगी क्योंकि रीजनल कंपेटिटर्स के साथ जो फॉरेन इन्वेस्टर्स थे और जो लोकल वीसीज थे, उन्होंने कंपेयर किया कि जी रीजनल कंपेटिटर्स की क्या वैल्यूएशन है, उन्होंने उसकी $5 बिलियन की वैल्यूएशन निकाली, उसकी बेसिस पे उन्होंने डिस्काउंट किया, तो वो तकरीबन $300 मिलियन की वैल्यूएशन निकली. तो that is, I think that answers I hope that answers your question regarding valuation comparison with off business.
So, few question on chat box. As you mentioned that in 9 months you have achieved a revenue growth of 171% and profit growth of 131%. So, can you share the targets for the next year in terms of revenue and profitability?
जी, तो हमने ये देखा कि FY25 में इंशाल्लाह जो रेवेन्यू है कंपनी का, वो अप्रोक्सीमेट 140-150% की ग्रोथ आएगी रेवेन्यू में. FY25 year on year comparison with FY24. This is our finance team's forecast. FY26 के अंदर this trend is expected to continue and we are envisaging a growth of
बेसिकली एक हायर करते हैं एजेंट, उस एजेंट को वो कमीशन देते हैं और उसको जो है ना एनटीएन नंबर के थ्रू उसकी पेमेंट करते हैं, जो कि 5 से 10% उसको कमीशन भी देते हैं. अब मसला क्या है कि जो कंपनीज है ना, ये आसानी से जरिया की तरफ आ सकती हैं, लेकिन अगर मैं अपनी कंपनी की भी बात करूँ ना, तो उन्हें पता ही नहीं है कि ज़िरा नाम की भी कोई कंपनी है. बेसिकली जो मार्केटिंग है ना, वो इंक्रीज करने की जरूरत है कि जो B2B है ना, उनको पता चले कि इस तरह का कोई प्लेयर मार्केट में मौजूद. अभी ज्यादातर कंपनीज को नहीं पता कि जरिया क्या करती है और कि कौन सी कमोडिटीज देती है, बेसिकली बायोगैस, ये जो बायोमास में. अगर इसको आप थोड़ा सा बेहतर करें तो हो सकता है कि बहुत ज्यादा जो है ना आपकी सेल इंक्रीज हो सकती है.
बहुत शुक्रिया आपकी इंसाइट का. माशाल्लाह आपने बड़े अच्छे इंसाइट्स दिए मार्केट के अंदर. बिल्कुल आपने सही पॉइंट रेज किया है कि ये जरिया के पास इस वक्त फर्स्ट मूवर एडवांटेज है. इस पूरी दे आर द बिगेस्ट कॉर्पोरेट प्लेयर इन दिस एंटायर सेगमेंट. और ये बायोमास लाइमलाइट में अंदर आया ही पिछले कुछ सालों में है, जब से ये टेक्सटाइल प्लेयर्स ने अपने बॉयलर्स को शिफ्ट करना शुरू किया है एग्री बायोमास फ्यूल की तरफ. हमारा फोकस सबसे पहले था कि हम जो सबसे बड़े प्लेयर्स हैं पाकिस्तान के, उनको टारगेट करें, जिसके अंदर पैकेजेस है, जैसे मैं बताया पैकेजेस की 3 लाख टन की सालाना कंजम्पशन है. उसके बाद इंटरलूप है, स्टाइलर है, निशात चूनिया है, सैफायर है, कोहिनूर है, मुख्तलिफ प्लेयर्स हैं. तो हमारा टारगेट ये था कि हम वी वर्क विद द लार्जेस्ट प्लेयर्स एंड इवेंचुअली, बिकॉज इस वक्त मैंने बताया कि इसकी डिमांड ज़्यादा है, सप्लाई कम है. तो इस वक्त वी आर ओवरलोडेड, आवर ऑपरेशनल टीम एंड आवर मार्केट प्लेस इज ओवरलोडेड विद ऑर्डर्स फ्रॉम these वेरियस कस्टमर। तो ना ही हम सिर्फ बड़े प्लेयर्स के साथ काम करते हैं, इसके अंदर मैं आपको ये भी बताऊं कि हमारे साथ मुख्तलिफ SMEs के साथ हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं ये सर्विसेज। वी वर्क विद रिटेलर्स, we work with small buyers as well. So I appreciate your suggestion, and I would also request you can reach out to our team via email, and you can also provide us your requirements, and inshallah they will try to fulfill your requirements. We would love to hear more from you as well. Thank you.
Hamza, please unmute yourself.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
So my question's about your revenue drivers, जो अभी discussion हो रहा था. I was under the assumption that your primary driver is the platform usage fees, but I'm learning that it isn't. So how do the other revenue drivers work if that's not the only? I mean, how are you making money off biomass?
Ji, thank you very much for your question. So yes, so our revenue drive, so our revenue split in two categories. पहली है platform usage fees, दूसरी है sale of agriculture commodities done through our platform. So these are the two revenue mixes which Zaria has. उसके अंदर से platform usage revenue took about 293 million from the total revenue mix, and agriculture sale of agriculture biomass commodities took about 500 million rupees share. जो cost of sale है that pertains to the agri biomass revenue segment, and so that is the split between the commodities. As I mentioned before, जो platform usage revenue है, that is a low cost incurring segment, high profitable revenue streamline of the company. जो sale of agriculture commodities है, these are the commodities in which Zaria takes positions and incurs purchase cost, insurance, etc. For our particular revenue stream. So these are this is the revenue mix for both of the commodities.
Okay, thank you. Since we have no further question and raise hand, so if you have any concluding remarks.
Ji, I would like to thank all of our valued and esteemed shareholders, investors, stakeholders for attending this corporate briefing session and for placing their trust in Zaria Limited. You can rest assured that the management is committed, and we are working inshallah day and night to provide exceptional results for our shareholders as per our commitments. Our commitment has always been, our resolve has always been to undercommit and over-deliver, inshallah, which you will see going forward. And we will try to deliver exceptional results for our shareholders going forward. And this mission, this success story of digitalization of trade in Pakistan, this will be the backbone of the economy, inshallah. Pakistan की जो सालाना commodities market है, $20 billion की market है सालाना. Inshallah, Zaria 1% market share, not much. हम सिर्फ कहते हैं 1% market share Zaria लेगा in the next 5 to 7 years, inshallah. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Ali, and